I'm wearing my human
Human.
t-shirt.
The irony. Oh, here we are then.
Hello.
Right, hang on.
Oh,
Hang on. We've got to do this. We've got to do our thing, haven't we?
your thing.
We're famous
Go
for
on then. Your
There
famous
you go.
thing.
When?
Hello there.
Oh, you
the
kick
sun's
off.
shining. Beautiful. It's the beginning of Pride Month, so we thought we would do a Pride
Yes.
special because
Yes.
we have a lot to be proud about. I'm wearing this is a Pride shirt that I've got that says human, and it's got all the various different flags on, even the bear flag. And you might be this one, you might be this one, you might be this one. Is that?
It might be all of them.
It might be. Is that the?
That's pink.
Oh yeah.
Homo.
I'm not fairly sure that's not, what that says. Anyway,
Yeah.
so
55th year. 1970.
amazing, absolutely.
1970, first Pride.
Yeah.
1970 in America.
And I think worthwhile remembering that trans women were a massive part of the movement in the early days, and it's just so sad that the whole trans movement is being demonized so much at the moment.
So much of if you listen to some of the stuff that's going on about trans, trans is new. Trans is
No, it
far
isn't.
from new.
Far from new.
Far from new. It just wasn't in the news.
Yeah, exactly right.
It was people were just getting on with their lives.
And the news agenda has got a lot to answer for when you consider you're talking about less than 1% of the population, and yet all the newspapers are talking about it like it was 99% of it. In a poll, they asked people who was interested in that topic. About 6% of the public are interested in it. So why is it all over the newspapers? Because they want to demonise.
And this is something that's always happened. Always, certainly in my lifetime, always happened. In the 50s, it would have been Afro-Caribbean people were demonised because they'd come into the country.
Yeah.
In the 70s, it was Irish people because of everything that was going on.
Look at them. Don't look over here. What we're doing. Look at them.
Yeah.
They're the ones stealing your jobs.
Just the media loves somebody to hate, and for somebody to almost create hatred against.
The media. I mean, Paul Dacre's Mail.
Yeah.
Rupert Murdoch.
In the 80s, it was gay people because of the whole AIDS thing.
Yeah.
In the 90s, it was something else. What was it in the 90s?
I've ranted about that before.
Anyway,
but Pride is good. So we thought we'd look back at some of the Prides that we've been to that we really enjoyed. And I don't remember going to a Pride pre 1999, I think it was.
Oh.
Maybe slightly earlier in the 90s, where I met our friend Steve for the first time, and we went to Pride that kind of year. And there were fairgrounds, and I was thin and pretty. And
it was going back.
Yeah. Oh, you cheeky so-and-so. Wow. That was hard.
I think my first one would have been around about 1986. So we're coming up 40 years.
Yeah.
Since I went, almost as many since I went to a Pride, but 1986. And
you haven't been to many recently, have you?
No, and that's bad of me. Gosh, but there's going to be one in my local town.
Leighton?
No,
Dunstable.
Dunstable this
Pride.
weekend. So I shall be going. But the one that I remember first of all was playing on the main stage was Jimmy Somerville.
Nice.
And Jimmy Somerville did an awful lot for gay rights.
Yes.
Even as a singer that was demonised,
totally.
that was very just he went through hell. And actually, he came out the other end waving his fist, going, "I'm not going to allow you to do this." When there was in an era when there wasn't many gay good role models. It was all very camp and very safe. And
Larry Grayson was on Saturday Night TV,
John
and it's
Inman and all that. As long as it was no threat to anyone, it was. Well, sorry,
camp comedy's been all over
We're still no
TV.
threat to you. Even though you don't know our sex. Yeah, as long as we know that you are one.
Yeah.
As long as we know that you're one. And you know your place.
I've never really understood why people care who I sleep with. Because I genuinely don't care who you sleep with. That would be the
argument now.
Like,
why do we need Pride now? But I don't care who you sleep with. But the reality is, you might not.
Look at what's happening to trans people, and that's why we need Pride. Because the moment you let go, that is the thing.
Also, the damage that homophobia is doing to people outside the UK. and the money that Pride raises to be able to send
in foreign countries,
to be able to get people out of a country when they're being threatened with death.
Yes, genuinely. Still, when it is illegal to walk down a street holding your boyfriend's hand, those are places. And that's what, until that is normalised in the world over, there is a place for pride. And people say, can we not have straight pride? It's like, well, when you're in danger for holding your wife's hand walking down the street, yeah, then you can have a straight pride, but it ain't ever going to happen.
Well, I saw something on social media this week, and it was about a pride march, and it was a whole range of comments, some mostly all positive, but a few, oh God, why have we got to have pride? Why have we got to... I don't care who you sleep. Why have we got to have the same person? Why have we got to have pride? I don't care who you sleep with. And then further down the line,
why are you writing about it then?
So why are you writing?
Yeah.
So why
is it an issue? Yeah.
And then further down the lines, in the same thread, people baiting each other on, saying, "It's not. Why do gay people have to have pride? I wish they'd stop ramming it down." I mean, there's a gag there.
They do. I mean, they do. They use that gag all the time, and they do it deliberately.
Yeah.
Why do they have to ram it down our throats? It's like,
well, first of all, that's why we need pride, because you're already saying, I don't want to hear about you. I don't want to know about you.
And that's
as long
why
as you keep it to yourself. Well, sorry, it's not the 1970s anymore. People are going to take themselves out there on the streets and say, this is who... And if that's the only day of the year they feel comfortable walking down the street holding each other's hands, then so be it.
And I like the fact that we've got a month now. June is Pride Month, certainly in the UK and in America and other places around the world. And
it's not just his.
No, it's around the world.
But Pride is
absolutely Pride Month worldwide. What I don't like about Pride Month is that there are some companies that jump on the bandwagon. So you will see cans of deodorant, for instance, with the rainbow on. Now, I don't mind if a good proportion of those sales are going to help LGBTQI plus charities, but they don't.
I think
some of the companies are okay, but some of the companies literally just jump on the bandwagon, and that is wrong.
Stick a rainbow flag on it, and you make more money.
Yeah.
So ones that vouch for.
Santander.
Yep.
Wagamama's.
Levi.
But they're all year round.
Levi's.
Yep.
Absolute Vodka.
Yes.
Donate an awful lot of the sales.
Yes, they do, don't they?
Yes,
yeah.
Absolutely, yeah. They have an Absolute Vodka, Pride Vodka.
Yes, they do. Doesn't taste any different.
Say vodka, but the gays love it on their shelves.
Totally.
So,
why not?
Anything else about Pride?
The best Pride I think I ever went to, human. The best Pride I ever went to was in Brighton, and I saw Kylie. And she was phenomenal. I mean, to that bay, there was between 5,000 and 10,000 people there in Preston Park. The love towards Kylie was something I've never experienced before. Yeah. But I've also seen steps at Pride.
Yeah.
Who else have I seen?
Kylie has always appealed to the gay men, even before gay men were comfortable saying they like Kylie. Yeah. Because they just
even in the neighbours' days,
they just resonate with her, and she's always rewarded them with the with the videos that the gay people love. So they're always they're going to stand by her. They're going to stand by her. I know who I saw in the 70s and the 80s. Elizabeth Taylor was adored by and Donna Summer adored by the gays.
Yep. Yeah. So Adam Rickett back in the day.
Oh, Dorothy Rickett. Oh, blimey.
Adam Rickett back in doing Breathe Again.
Breathe Again.
In a tiny pair of trunks.
Yeah. Flesh coloured, weren't they?
No. He was wearing black ones when I saw him.
Okay. When I saw him, because I went to Pride on Coronation Street in Manchester.
Wow.
Went to Manchester Pride. It ended on Coronation Street at the old Granada Studios, and then it was Pride at Granada. The evening party was actually on the street.
Wow.
It was
that would have been incredible.
It was incredible. And so I met John Safferton there, was
the gays have the best parties.
John Safferton, who of course was Fred Elliott. I say Fred Elliott. I say Ashley. I met him there, and Lily Savage. I've got a story. Lily Savage. Lily Savage. I met Lily Savage very early in the 80s at Pride, and when a friend had owned a bar, and Paul O'Grady was Lily Savage once a week there. So they had a float, and John, who owned the bar, called me over. He saw me in the crowd. Come on. Jumped in the cab to see that he was having a cigarette. next to him was Lily Savage. So we sat there for about half an hour talking. And then we went to Pride on Coronation Street, and John Savardant was there with Lily Savage. And I'm talking away to Lily Savage, and I said, do you remember that? You won't remember this, but I'm going to tell you anyway. I relayed this story. And she just looked at me like,
What? Yeah, I can believe it.
no, there's more. And there's more. And then she said, you do know I'm not the real Lily Savage. And I went, what? And she went, no, I'm just a looky-like.
No way.
And you just let me talk to you for 20 minutes about John
Oh, how
Gleeson and
funny.
the Market Tavern, and you've not interrupted me once to say. And she went, no, and walked away. So I've met two Lilies.
I love that. Just goes to show.
Yeah.
Talking of drag queens, though, at Pride 2 years
Lily
ago in
wasn't
Manchester.
drag.
No. I
Lily
appreciate
was
that.
real.
Yeah. 2 years ago, saw a show with the Drag Kings,
Oh,
which is lesbians dressing up as butch men.
good
And
on
it's
you,
like,
girls.
I'd never seen a show like it.
Yeah,
The show was
yeah,
great,
yeah,
but
yeah.
I'd never seen the Drag
Yeah,
Kings
yeah,
before.
yeah.
But I
Yeah,
enjoyed it.
it takes you back a bit because you're kind of like, oh, this is very insulting in a funny way.
It was. Yeah.
It's like
Yeah.
in the same way that drag queens are
Yeah.
very insulting
Yeah.
to women,
To women.
in a comedic way.
Exactly.
What isn't aimed at insulting them; it's just aimed at finding the idiosyncrasies.
So what can we say at the end of a Pride episode? We can say love is love. We can say you do you, hun.
You too.
You do you, hun.
Just if
Stand up for it.
if you've stumbled across this video and you're thinking, oh, what are these two wankers talking about?
Two grumpy old gays talking about.
Well, one, make no apologies.
No.
And secondly,
Did you just?
yeah, if you find yourself walking past a Pride event or
Yeah.
somebody's wearing a flag on their shoulders
Go
coming
get
home,
involved.
well, just if it's not you, it's not you.
No one's forcing you.
You don't go out and say, oh, Eid isn't me, so I've got to go and insult them.
People
Or,
do
I
do
know,
that,
but
sadly.
do you know what? Nobody's taking your fun away from
No.
you. Just go and have your fun, however you want to. Go and take part in Pride. Nobody's going to accuse you of being gay. Just go and do what you do. Have fun. Just.
Who dear, me dear, gay dear, no dear.
That's where we should end it. Let's do it. Let's end it there.